What's up, all my DJs? In this video, I'm going to be showing you all my two-step guide, my two-step process in order to transform your scratching. Now, if you clicked on this video, I'm going to assume you know nothing about scratching, and even if that's you, definitely still stick around because there's tons of things you can learn. However, this video is more so catered to a beginner scratch DJ or even an intermediate scratch DJ that knows at least some of the basics, you know, the baby scratch, the chirp scratch, transformer, stab, kind of like those types of scratches. And even if you don't have them down extremely clean, this video is still perfectly for you. So without further ado, let's hop right into the process. The first step is going to be treating learning how to scratch like you're learning a language. Now, what do I mean by that? Essentially, most linguistic teachers, when they teach you or they talk about learning a new language, the most important thing is first learning most of the words that you're going to be using the most. And on top of that, you want to learn a language within different sentence structures. So it makes no sense for the most part to like learn a ton of different words but not understand how to put them together. For example, if you're learning a new language, you might learn, hello, my name is James. Now we're gonna take that exact sentence and we're gonna treat that like a scratch sentence, okay? So this is exactly what I mean. So with that scratch phrase or that scratch sentence that I just did, I'm gonna actually break that down as if I'm saying, hello, my name is James. So starting with hello, that's the baby. Hello, my name is James. All right, now bear with me. I know some of y'all are like, how the hell does my name is James have anything to do with what he just did as far as scratching? Now, all I'm trying to essentially show you is a mindset. So even if you've never learned a language, if you were to be learning a language, again, which is, in my opinion, similar to learning how to scratch, you wouldn't learn my and then learn name and then learn is and then learn James. You would learn all of those together as a sentence. So all I'm simply saying, again, if you're a beginner scratch DJ and you know a few different scratch techniques, you want to be trying to put them together in the beginning. Because if you learn the baby scratch and then you're perfect at that, then you move on to just learning the chirp scratch, you're perfect at that. Let's say you learn the one-click flare and you learn the stab and you can do them all individually. This would be like knowing how to say my separately from knowing how to say name, separately from knowing how to say is and whatever your first name is. You want to learn things together. Scratching, I think, again, a lot of DJs get stuck when they're trying to just freestyle and put things together. But the more you start doing it at the beginning, the better you'll be. So I'm going to essentially show you all a few different really basic, simple scratches that you can pick up on. Again, if you know these different scratches, I'll just try to use the baby, the chirp, the stab, and maybe the transformer. So let's hop right into it. Okay, as you can see there, that's me playing around with the chirp scratch, also doing some forward scratches where I'm just kind of dropping the vinyl, and then also a transformer. All right, now let's do that same thing over a beat, and then I'll show you another few simple scratch sentences. All right, so there's that scratch sentence done over a beat at 80 BPM, and then I actually did it in double time as well. Now let's take a look at a few other ones that I'm gonna put together on the fly. All right, DJ, so there is just a quick example of me just scratching using some of those beginner scratch techniques, and that is exactly what I recommend you to do. Start on a slow BPM if you don't have everything down. If you're more of an intermediate DJ, try to use more advanced scratch techniques if you can. However, the main goal of this is just to put these different scratch patterns together, or these different scratch techniques together as best as you can. Again, even if you don't have these perfectly down, you still want to practice this way because it's just going to make everything easier as you start to develop. All right, DJs, now moving on to step 2 of this process. This is also going to be really similar to steps that you're going to take within language learning, and this is going to be taking in input. A lot of teachers like to call this comprehensible input. So this is going to be whether you're listening to something, whether you're watching it. This could be a podcast, this could be on YouTube, this could be in real life. When you're watching something and you're listening to it, you want to be paying attention as closely as you can. So when you're learning a language, whatever language it may be, you just want to be able to take in as much information as possible. And even though you might not understand everything, it's still important to hear the way people are speaking, the speed that they're speaking, just kind of like how they're speaking, all of those kinds of things. That's also going to be important with scratching. Now, of course, you're not going to be able to just listen to something or watch something. I highly recommend watching, not just listening, but also watching for scratching as well, especially if they actually have like a close-up of their hands. That's what I would recommend the most, so you can see the crossfader, see how their hands are actually moving on the vinyl or on the jog wheels. However, the most important part of this is as you're watching, just be sure to be trying to follow along as best as you can. Along your journey as a DJ, you're going to learn different scratch techniques. And as you're learning those different scratch techniques, when you listen and watch DJs, you'll start hearing those different scratch techniques that you're learning. However, sometimes they do them so fast that you can't really pick up on them. So if you're having trouble with the speed, definitely just try to download it however you can, or screen record it and then slow it down so you can see it a little bit slower. However, the main point of this is the fact that you want to be watching skilled professional scratch DJs, because it's going to help you with your own DJing. The more you're watching, the more you're learning. The more you're seeing, the more you'll get home and you'll be like, okay, I remember hearing this specific way. Maybe I can kind of emulate exactly what they were doing. I would say this is what took me from a beginner kind of scratch DJ to, I wouldn't say I'm advanced now. I would say I'm somewhere like intermediate on my way to advanced, because I could name a ton of DJs, scratch DJs, who are just amazing, a lot better than I am. However, it was doing this process of watching Jazzy Jeff, watching Scratch Bastard, watching Miles Medina, watching DJ Puffy, watching what they're doing, and then coming home and trying to emulate what they're doing. So that also ties back in to step 1, because all they're doing, I won't say all they're doing, but what they're doing is they're putting together all of these different scratch techniques flawlessly. So again, as a beginner DJ, you want to be watching and learning as much as possible. You want to be focused on putting those simple scratch techniques together. And then as you start developing new scratch techniques, like if you're learning the 1-click flare, learning the 2-click flare, learning the crab scratch, once you kind of get the basics down, try to mix that together with some of the chirp scratch or the transformer. Just always be trying to stay creative and put things together. Definitely check out some of my scratch pattern breakdowns on the channel. Those are going to work tremendously for you. And then if you watch mine, you can then start breaking them down on your own. That's all going to translate into you being able to freestyle and just become a better scratch DJ in general. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button. Please press that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so you know the next time that I upload a video. And without further ado, or with that said, I'm up out of here.